of company. Centaur, your kind of company.
Tonight on CTV3 News, fiery blaze destroys home in Orange Walk. One man is left homeless. A member of the Coast Guard perishes at sea as a result of a tragic accident. Belize receives second firearm marking machine. And the joint negotiating team meets to discuss a number of issues. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Wednesday, November 8, 2023.
That'll be $50. Thank you. Wait, hey, this 50 is a fake.
How do you know it's a fake?
What are you talking about, sir? How can I identify a genuine note from a fake note?
Well, a genuine 50 has a watermark with the Jaguar and the written words of the 50, also a thread.
Know your money and know a fake one when you see it. Do not rely on any one security feature. Look for the clarity and quality of printing. The printed lines and colors should be sharp and clear. Feel the quality of the paper and the raised print. Hold the note up to the light to see the windowed security thread. It should form one complete line when held up to the light. The watermark and denominational electrotype. The Jaguar is the watermark in the $100 and $50 notes. The Sleeping Giant is the watermark in the $20, $10, $5, and $2 notes. The see-through feature. The parts of the design printed on the back should fit exactly within the unprinted areas of the front to form the complete design. Check the $100 note for the toucan hologram with the periwinkle flower overprint. Tilt it to see the small images of the toucan and the numeral 100. Check the $50 note for the green foil angelfish. Check even closer. Use an ultraviolet light to see the fluorescent features. Use a magnifier to see the microlettering. Tiny letters that read Central Bank of Belize and the value of the note. Stop the circulation of counterfeit Belize currency notes. Pass all counterfeits to the police at once. It is a criminal offense to hold or use a counterfeit. Be safe, be sure, know your money.
Movies are dreams. That you never forget.
The lights change how everything looks. It's hard to find our house.
Ours is the dark house with no lights.
In this family, it's the scientists versus the artists.
What kind of movie are we gonna make?
You stop making movies, it'll break your mother's heart. I don't know what to do anymore.
You do what your heart says you have to.
What was your favorite part?
Jonas, we need your help. We're detecting increased aquatic activity 25,000 feet deep in the trench. It's an ancient ecosystem untouched by man. Whatever is down there is trying to make its way to the surface.
This was a bad idea.
Just a little bit.
Jonas, we've got company.
That's the biggest meg I've ever seen.
Biggest meg anyone's ever seen.
That's the apex predator.
Everybody make it to the station! You can make it! Keep going!
3 massive megs and who knows what else have escaped the breach.
I just hope it goes better than last time.
What happened last time?
You don't want to know.
This ain't the end. I saw you again.
Go! We've never seen this before. They hunted in packs.
We can relax. This place, meg-proof. I mean, Jonas was always afraid of this, but I was also thinking...
Yeah, it's all we do.
With Express Plus, you can stream on the go or stream at home. Stream the latest movies, telenovelas, series, anime, or music videos from your favorite local artists. Sign up now with Centaur's Express Plus.
evening with your news. Simulcast and Face FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. A 74-year-old elderly man from the community of San Jose Palmar is tonight lucky to be alive as he managed to get out of his burning house at about midday today. The fire spread quickly and could not be contained, destroying all the belongings of Leandro Castillo. Castillo sustained small burn injuries but was left pretty shaken up by the disaster. The elderly man was left with nothing but the clothes on his back and a few coins in his pocket after the blaze destroyed everything inside his humble home, along with his savings which he kept inside. A very shaken and emotional Castillo told us what happened.
Yo estaba cocinando y tenía yo que estar trabajando a la misma vez. Entonces, donde lavo botellas es en un lado y donde cocino pues es adentro de la casa. Entonces, le eché agua a la olla y me fui a acomodar las botellas que ya había yo lavado. Como serían 10 minutos. Cuando regresé, veo humo y abrí la puerta, estaba cerrada la puerta, porque había mucho viento. Y vi que ya había bastante fuego adentro de la cocina. Entonces traté yo de apagarlo con lo que podía yo. Y entré a tratar de cerrar el tanque de gas, pero al sentir que me estaba yo quemando tuve que salir. Y entonces fui aquí enfrente a la escuela y le dije a la maestra que por favor me hablara a los bomberos. Sí, y vinieron y gracias a Dios se apagó.
With Christmas right around the corner, Castillo has been left homeless and having to start from scratch. Any help which can be afforded to Castillo in the form of a building material, clothes, food, drinking water, or household items would be highly appreciated.
Perdió todo. Todo, pérdida total. Total. No hay nada allá para adentro que digamos que se puede rescatar. Sí.
¿Usted quedó solo con lo que está?
Así como me están viendo, así, con la cabeza y el short.
Dinero, todo.
Todo. Se quemó porque lo tenía yo guardado allá mismo adentro. Sí. Y ya no se me ocurrió ese ratito, pues porque tal vez ahí no había tanto juego donde estaba el dinero, pues no se me ocurrió ir a buscarlo. Seguir luchando, trabajando. ¿Qué vamos a hacer?
Anyone who would like to assist Leandro Castillo can reach him at his home located directly in front of Palmar Primary School in the community of Palmar here in Orange Walk. There was an accident reported late this afternoon which claimed the life of a member of the Belize Coast Guard. Information is that the incident happened while members of the Coast Guard were returning from duty near Bacalar Chico on board a Coast Guard vessel. Before making it to their destination, one of the crew members, identified as Kimani Garcia, reportedly fell overboard and was fatally injured by the boat's propeller. Fellow Coast Guard members responded immediately, rushing him to the San Pedro Polyclinic in a desperate attempt to save his life. Despite their efforts, Garcia was pronounced dead upon arrival at the facility due to injuries caused by the propeller. The Belize Coast Guard is yet to release an official statement on the incident at this time, as investigations into the matter is ongoing. The accident has undoubtedly sent shockwaves through the maritime community, while at the same time highlighting the risks faced by members of our country's armed forces as they carry out their duties on a daily basis. An investigation into the circumstances surrounding the accident is underway by both the Coast Guard and the Belize Police Department. The Belize Coast Guard is expected to release an official statement on the incident. Crimes involving firearms have increased at an alarming rate over the past 25 years in Belize. In an effort to combat crime and the illegal trafficking of guns around the region, the OAS developed and implemented a program for Latin America and the Caribbean. In 2011, Belize benefited from the program when the OAS gifted Belize with a firearm marking machine that served to improve controls against illicit gun business in the country. Today, Belize again was a benefactor of the program as it received a second firearm marking machine. Elmer Cornejo has the story.
Today, a firearm marking machine, the second of its kind in Belize, was gifted to Belize at an official ceremony in Belize City, where members of government, the police department, and members of the Organization of American States was present. The donation is designated to mark firearms confiscated by law enforcement agencies and for private citizens who acquire a license to operate a firearm.
This is a project that's being happening in every country in the Americas. I mean, we all know that organized crime and criminals, they don't have borders. I mean, we can find an army here or an army will come from Guatemala or any other place. This is supposed to be happening. The same event is supposed to be happening in every other country of the Americas in order for all the firearms being marketed. All the firearms are supposed to be marketed. We have to have traceability everywhere. I mean, if a firearm from Guatemala is found here, they will see the GUA. They will see the GUA and identify immediately this is an arm that came from an officer in Guatemala or from it was bought in Guatemala. I mean, the Belize is doing an excellent work in here. I mean, we saw the other day in the news that you decommissioned a lot of firearms ammunition. But the thing is that if one country does the job and the other doesn't do the job, that we'll have the problem in any way. I mean, the problem is going to come. We have unmarked arms from Guatemala, unmarked arms from El Salvador here. If we are all playing together, the same project, the same idea, and that's what CTV3, the Inter-American Convention says. It is a law, binding here, binding in Guatemala, every arm should be marked. Binding in Brazil, binding in the United States, every arm should be marked. We have to give the police the opportunity to investigate and figure out where these weapons are coming from. I mean, that's more than only Belize. That's a message. And the solution has to be a multilateral solution.
As mentioned, the gun marking machine will play an important role in attacking gun-related crimes in Belize and, by extension, target the illegal firearm trade not only in Belize, but also in the region. This was affirmed by the Commissioner of Police, Chester Williams, at today's handing over.
Express gratitude on behalf of the Belize Police Department and the government and people of Belize for this very kind and meaningful contribution that you are giving to us. As we discuss the issue of firearms, we know that while firearm can be a luxurious item for some people, particularly those who are engaged in sport hunting and firearm shooting clubs, it can also be a deadly instrument used in the commission of crime. And so, as a department, we have commenced the marking of firearms, but only for the police department. So, every firearm that the police department uses carries a mark from us. I would like to see if we can extend the marking not just to police, but to all licensed firearm or every firearm that comes into the country, that we ensure that those firearms are marked upon entering before they are sold by the gun dealer, or even after they are sold by the gun dealer. Once they come to license the firearm, then we mark the firearm and then we give it to the person. So that would be a more larger project for us to look at, but certainly there's a need for us to ensure that every firearm that comes into the country is marked. That way we'll have a greater appreciation in terms of how firearms are being moved within the region. Oftentimes we will come across firearms that carries the Guatemala mark. We don't know if Guatemala would have had firearms from us because we don't have our mark on our firearms that are being sold by our respective gun dealers. So we're grateful for this, and our next project should be to ensure that we mark every firearm that comes into the country. And I can assure you that the Belize Police Department will continue to do our utmost best to work with not just the government organizations, but with other NGOs to stem the occurrences of crime, particularly gun-related crimes in our country. Even the licensed firearms at times do get into the hands of the wrong persons, and so we want to be able to make sure that we can track those weapons wherever they go, anywhere in the world. And again, to have them marked will be one such way to ensure that we keep a grip on the proliferation of firearms within the region and the world.
While officers did receive training for the first firearm marking machine gifted to Belize in 2011 by the OAS, a second round of training will be made available this time around in order for the device to be utilized at the earliest time possible.
Since 2020, the OAS has supported the government of Belize in improving its capacities to manage the life cycle of firearms and ammunition, to avoid diversion of the to the illicit market. The OAS PACAM has offered training to the police, as well as the installation of software to control the inventory of police weapons and ammunition. The OAS will support the government in reviewing the Firearms Act law with detailed analysis of what the gaps are considering international standards. PACAM is a comprehensive strategy of the OAS to support the efforts of its member states in reducing violence through the prevention and control of the proliferation of arms and ammunition. PACAM focuses on strengthening state capacities to control unauthorized access to arms and ammunition, considering the obligations of the Inter-American Convention against the illicit manufacturing of trafficking in firearms, ammunition, explosives, and other related materials, known as CTV3. Finally, as a member of the OAS, this country, Belize, has adopted the Inter-American Convention, CTV3. This is a legally binding multilateral treaty of which the OAS is depository. I want to say thank you to you, Commissioner, for coming here, and thank you for you, and say that I hope that this small machine, firearms marking machine, will make a dent in the organized crime, will make a dent in illicit firearms, and will help your work, the work of police, to have a better and safer Belize.
As members of the OAS, Belize is legally obligated to uphold the multilateral treaty of which the organization is depository. Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
Still on firearms, over the years, we have brought you many incidents involving underage persons who have been caught with a gun or ammunition in their possession. In some cases, the individuals have used the firearms to carry out various crimes, including murders. The most recent case involves a teenage girl under the age of 18 who was caught in Belize City with a firearm. So, how will the new gun marking machine assist police in carrying out its job? Commissioner of Police Chester Williams outlined the process.
Certainly, the illegal importation of firearms will continue into the country, and we do appreciate the porous nature of our borders, and people can go over to Guatemala and walk right across the border at the informal entry point with weapons, and if there is no police there or the border patrol to intercept them, then they enter the country with it. We also know that there are those persons who are engaged in illegal activities, the vehicle theft, the drug trafficking. They would normally go and exchange stolen items in Guatemala for weapons. And then we do have those who would import illegal firearms through the formal entry point via the containers. And then we'd uncover those at customs whenever we go through the containers. But it's something that is ongoing. We have said, the police and customs, we have discussed the issue, and we are looking at a way that we can do more. I can tell you that customs has ramped up their search effort in terms of those containers. I am seeing where merchants are complaining because it's no longer they go to custom, clear a container in an hour. They're there all day because custom make sure they go through every barrel that is in that container with a view to search for contraband goods. So efforts are already ongoing to ensure we minimize those occurrences, but certainly they're going to be the occasion when it is going to slip law enforcement.
With 2 firearm marking machines now available, Williams says the broader spectrum now is for the police department to ensure that firearms can be marked at every district. As is, an entire process must be followed, and other police can be added to the already licensed firearms.
Every police-issued firearm is marked. I think it carries the BZ, Mr. Myers? Yeah, BZ is marked on them. BZ Paul. So what I'm saying now is that we'd like to see that extended to not just police-issued firearms, but to all licensed firearms. So that is going to be a much bigger project. We'll need to have one of these markers in every of the respective police districts where firearm licenses are issued. I don't see an issue for the police to lead that initiative. I think now with this marking machine, we should be able to have two within the department. Am I right, Mr. Myers? Two. So I can issue a policy directive today to Commander Dangerous Goods, who is here, Mr. Myers, and say every firearm that is issued, every new licensed firearm that comes in, that as a part of the process, because what we currently do is that when you license your firearm for the first time, we take your picture, we take a fingerprint, and we also do the firearm testing, ballistic testing, and then that goes into the system. So I can also now add to that every new issued licensed firearm, that they mark the weapon before it is handed back to the person. So I can make that policy decision now, which I think I will do. Just that for now, it will only affect firearms that are licensed in Belmopan, right? But again, to cure that, what we can do, the policy decision can also include that every new licensed firearm or first issued must be done in Belmopan. So that Belmopan can do the marking. And then when you renew, you can renew out district. So that's one thing we can look at. And then to ensure that we captures everybody, we can say again that every renewal, when a person comes to renew, if they have not yet had their firearm marked, then it is marked upon the renewal. So that is a way I think we can go, and I think I will go that way. I might issue that directive to Mr. Myers maybe today or tomorrow. And then we just have to make sure we find a unique marking that we can put on those weapons. Because it won't be like what we have on the police weapons, which is BZ Pol. We might have to find some other unique marking that we can use to be able to trace those firearms back to Belize should they be found anywhere else in the world.
And with the new markings of guns, will fees go up whenever an application is accepted for a gun license? It is possible, says the Compol.
Maybe I can ask the minister to make it a more stricter policy decision, because when it comes to financial costs, I don't think I would have that authority. But I would like that whenever we do mark these weapons, that we charge for marking each weapon. Maybe even it's a $5 per weapon. That way we can get revenue, and then later on we can expand and buy more machines to put in other parts of the country. Again, we try to facilitate people to do business with more ease, as opposed to just have one central location where you go and license weapons. We don't want a person to come away from PG with a gun to Belmopan to license it. Many things can happen along the way, or from Corozal. So it is always best that we ensure we decentralize the renewal of firearm license, that people can go in their respective districts to do it as opposed to coming to Belmopan. As you would know, when you do come to renew, you have to present the firearm to the firearms clerk to make sure that those firearms that you are renewing, that you are still in possession of it. And we don't want people to travel from too far with those weapons to come and renew them. It poses a threat to them and to society.
Coming up next, 54 public officers nominated to form part of Price Control Unit. Stay tuned.
Singing around the world, dancing with every song, and experience in one place only. The Latin Grammys are coming to TNT.
Mi gente de México, mi gente de Argentina, de Sudamérica, de Centroamérica.
The music award that makes the world dance. With live shows by your favorite artists.
Gracias a la academia. Muchas gracias.
Los quiero, muchísimas gracias.
The Latin Grammys, Thursday, November 16th. We move with the music on TNT.
Come on, let's go! We gotta catch up with Scooby-Doo!
In the middle of nowhere, Scooby-Doo found a little courage.
That's me!
It's my friends. Oh! And a lot of adventure.
Like, man, this place is totally freaky. Why is the water dripping upward?
Now,
if you're in a situation, I've never seen cicadas that big before. More weird and creepy, mysterious stuff happens in nowhere than anywhere else in the world.
it's on our flag.
Getting scared, then welcome to the town that isn't there.
Enjoy.
Yes, ma'am. There's nowhere to run. The insects grow to crazy sizes here.
Where cookie is a compliment, bananas is a verb. Bravery, I'm confident, is still a dirty word.
And nowhere to hide.
Gesundheit!
Oh, thank you.
If you're falling down a rabbit hole, the only way is so laugh until you cry a bit, and then you'll get unstuck. Are you nutty as a fruitcake? Are you loony as a tune? And quit your scowl and do some howling at the moon, like me. Woohoo!
We gotta save Scoob!
Straight out of nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Woohoo! Jackpot! Watch the masters at work!
Needs more mustard. Excuse me, must have been something I ate. Look for it on digital and DVD.
Sign up for Smart Share Plan and save big. Whether you're a small entrepreneur starting up your business, a student on a limited budget, or a family trying to save, this is the plan for you. With unlimited SMS, calls, and data, we help you save. Get up to 5 lines for as low as $30 per line monthly, only with Smart. Sign up today at any Smart showroom or sales manager countrywide. So get your business going, share more memories with friends, and be ready for the day with Smart.
The Joint Union Negotiating Team (JUNT), which includes members of the Public Service Union and other unionists along with government ministers, met today to discuss a variety of issues affecting the country at this time. The meeting was held in Belize City for several hours today and concluded late this evening. The media was able to speak to President of the PSU following the meeting about the discussions, which he says included a wide cross-section of topics, including the matter of public reform.
Very cordial and, in my view, very productive. The topics remains the same. High on the list, of course, is the issue of pension reform. There was some discussion on that I cannot necessarily elaborate on at this point in time, but pretty much it was simply for government to reiterate their position and for us to charter a way forward to effect that. Really and truly, the only thing that would have changed is at what point in time would that be effected. We also touched on the reinstatement, of course, of the cost savings and revenue enhancement committees. New members were appointed to those committees. As soon as we get back and we're able to circulate the final draft of that, I have no problem sharing those with you, because I think it's very important as well for the media and for the general public to review those terms of reference and to see that, in fact, we are putting in place mechanisms to be able to assist with the recovery of the economy, as well as curtail the expenditure of government. So we touched on those and we agreed on some members for those as well.
Another main topic in today's meeting, according to Flowers, was the appointment of public officers to the Price Control Unit to assist with monitoring of price gouging across the country. 54 officers have been nominated to receive training in the first instance, according to Flowers.
We touched a little bit, of course, on the ongoing struggle that Belizeans are going through where cost of living is concerned, and how we address that. As an update to our proposal to government to assist them and to assist the price controlling unit, we finally got word from the Ministry of Agriculture, who have informed us, and I believe this was late yesterday. They invited us to make submissions to them for public officers to be trained. From our end, we'll be recommending 55 public officers who will be spread across the country. to assist the price control unit, it is then for the Minister of Agriculture or Cabinet to advise him in terms of the amount of officers that will actually be appointed, but we are recommending that 55 be trained in the first instance, and we will try our best to, of course, ensure that those public officers come from a wide cross-section of the country to be able to monitor these retail business who continue to exploit the Belizean people because of lack of monitoring on the part of the price control unit as a result of being understaffed, of course.
We will have more on today's meeting in Thursday's newscast. The Public Service Union has been the voice of public servants over many decades. However, in a U-turn of events, an unprecedented issue is broiling and the PSU is remaining tight-lipped about the situation. Information made available to CTV3 News is that the former president of the PSU that served the union between June 2019 to May 2021 had accumulated 54 vacation days, exactly the period when COVID-19 had hit Belize and the world. However, upon his exit, his remuneration was never paid out to him. We understand that Henry has made claims that 3 of the former presidents of the union did receive payments for the vacation days they had accumulated while in office serving in their position as the head of the union. However, upon requesting that he be paid out his vacation days, he met a bump that altered the process. Since then, Henry has not made any public statements. Rather, Henry has opted to file a lawsuit against the Public Service Union, organizations he represented in the past, after he met with the present president of the union, Dean Flowers, who has also become mum on the situation. CTV3 News has also been informed that the Caribbean Public Services Youth Association has also been notified about the current situation and is of the position that former president of the PSU, Gerald Henry, is owed his 54 days of accumulated vacation, translating to some $6,000. We will continue to monitor the situation to see where it goes and whether the PSU will be in court on December 6th, which is the date set for the hearing, or decide to pay out the owed vacation days to Henry. Former cop and accused murderer Elmer Nat today reappeared in the Belmopan High Court where the preliminary inquiry on the case was to be heard. However, a setback by the special prosecutor in the case caused an adjournment until December 15th. The special prosecutor, who was hired by the government to lead the case against the former cop, today informed the court that he had a family emergency and had to fly back to Jamaica, causing a slight setback in the case. Elmer Nat, as viewers may be aware, is on remand awaiting trial for the triple murder of John, David, and Vivian Ramnarees. The 3 were socializing on John and Vivian's property on New Year's night in Belmopan when a lone gunman ambushed them. David and John died that night as a result of the gunshot injuries they sustained. Vivian passed away 15 days later. Investigators suspect that the former cop pulled the trigger that took the lives of all 3 individuals. With the court case today once more adjourned to a later date, the family of the victims say they would hope to see the process towards an official trial move in a timely manner.
And so right now, this is just prolonging all the anxieties and everything. And so it's taking a toll on the family where that is concerned. But like I said the last time, we're resolute and we're here for the long haul. And we'll be here, until the case comes to a close.
Losing 3 members of a family, I can't begin to imagine what it feels like. How are they coping?
Well, it's been extremely difficult for all family members, especially the brothers for the Ramnarees brothers. I know they've been somewhat difficult on them. And for us, the loss of Vivian, and because of the fact that the brothers were very close to family as well. And there's a daily reminder of a 5-year-old child who's left without both parents, and I'm going through every daily routine at school and everything, and the grandparents having to, and the other family members having to take up that slack, and then we're here, we're in November heading to December, and so we're, as a family, we're dreading that 31st of December, be spending some time together in memory of them and everything. But it's going to be a difficult time for the family, and so for us, we would want to see things move on faster. But then we're praying family, so we know that God is in control, and we're trusting God that He's going to work things out on His time, and so we're remaining faithful and trusting Him.
Improving the lives of people living with diabetes and prevention of diabetes for those at risk is a necessary task that the People's Diabetes Foundation in Belize has embarked on since its formation. As per health reports, 1 in 10 people are living with diabetes. In Belize, as per the Ministry of Health and Wellness, 10.6% was the proportion of diabetes-related deaths in persons under the age of 60 years for the year 2021. However, from a compounded aspect, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, cancers, and chronic respiratory diseases are responsible for approximately 40% of deaths annually. We make this known to you in order to understand the importance of a line of activities the People's Diabetes Foundation of Belize has scheduled. We begin first with a diabetes outreach scheduled for the village of Calcutta in Corozal for tomorrow, Thursday, November 9th, 2023.
The Belize Diabetes Association New York is they're here in a mission, and they will be in Calcutta tomorrow at the Calcutta Community Center to do testing and also to do education. And if you pre-register, you get the pre-registration. The first 100 people that register get get a glucose monitor. It's with the Ministry of Health and the organizations here with diabetes, which is myself, People's Diabetes Foundation, and the Belize Diabetes Association, and all the organizations that deal with diabetes in Belize, is in some way connected to this event because they bring information on diabetes that benefits all of us. And so it's a collaboration with all of us. November is Diabetes Awareness Month, and their mission here is to bring that message across in terms of testing, education, and being aware. It's pretty much at the end of this event is that by the time they're done, you will know yourself if you are living with diabetes, or you'll know about more information about good, healthy living. So, it's a good cause throughout.
Today, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, MOHW, joins the international community in celebrating International Day of Radiology. This annual event provides us with an opportunity to acknowledge and appreciate the dedicated efforts of our incredible team of radiologists, radiographers, assistant radiographers, and healthcare professionals in the diagnostic imaging departments countrywide, the ministry says. The day is recognized with the aim of building greater awareness of the value that radiology contributes to safe patient care and improving public understanding of the vital role radiologists and radiographers play in the healthcare continuum. These dedicated health workers tirelessly work to ensure the accurate and timely diagnosis of various medical conditions, the ministry added. The ministry says that radiology helps in early disease detection, precise diagnosis, treatment planning, and monitoring patient progress. Diabetes can affect anyone. It does not matter how old you are, the age, or ethnicity. It's affected a lot of persons, and many are in 2023 not well aware of how it affects a person, prevention methods, or how to find support that will inspire healthier living. In Belize, many organizations work towards the aforementioned. One such organization is the People's Diabetes Foundation. When we spoke with registered nurse Judith Mendez, she told us how all of Corozal can come out in support of diabetes awareness in Corozal town this Saturday, November 11th, 2023.
People's Diabetes Foundation is having quite a few events this month for Diabetes Awareness Month. And one of the big things we're doing is a 3K walk and a 5K run in Glow in the Dark. It's at 6 p.m. We had this done in Orange Walk. I sent you some photos on that. First of all, I want to thank Orange Walk for showing up and coming, even though it was raining. We really, really appreciate it. And if you, like I said, I sent some photos of the people that attended. It's the glow in the dark. November 11th in Corozal, we're gonna have it in front of by the park in front of the town board. And 6 p.m. you come out, register if you want to run. If you run, it's $20 registration, but you also get a medal. You can do that virtually also. And the other 3K walk is for everyone to come and together walk through Corozal to bring a voice to diabetes. And that's our mission this Saturday in Corozal. We also have T-shirts for sale, and I don't know if you can say, but this is this year's T-shirt. The T-shirt design, it was done by Brittany Magania, who is a student at Escuela Técnica in Corozal, and she won the poster competition. So that's the T-shirt design we have on there, and they go for $25. It's going for a good cause again, and it's also for us to be able to provide the monitors and loaner programs that we offer to people that come in that do not have access to a monitor. We loan them monitors with everything they need free. We do a month program. It's called the BGMP program, where we give them everything, including visiting a doctor, nutritionist, and mental health assistance too. And their role is to check their blood sugars and do some exercise and do their part for them to learn about diabetes.
The event scheduled for Saturday, November 11, 2023 is a collaboration between the People's Diabetes Foundation, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the Corozal Town Council, and a list of business in the Corozal district. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Thursday, November 9th here on CTV3 and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/CTV3BelizeNews or our YouTube channel at CTV3NewsBZ. Remember to wash your hands and remain safe. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.